Alright guys, a small disclaimer before jumping into the actual video. So I was planning to do this video with the build instruction and deck choices alongside the combo tutorial of this build, but the video ended up being way too long. Yeah, longer than this actual video, which is already long in my opinion. So I split them up into separated video. So this will be the video about the build, and the next video will be about the combo tutorial and what do you like, what you guys like the most, I think. So yeah, enough rambling. I'll leave you in the video. Hello everybody, you tuned to Radio Card Game, and welcome to the first video of Guardragon with its build and the deck choices you can have. So today, as you can see here, I will show you the pure build of Guardragon, the first one that I tested and the first one that I want to show you. So what's pure about this build, since I only play two, or actually three, with Andre the Guardragon of the Guardragon monsters? Well, I play just Prominesis and Warchalis Guardragon because Garmides, which is in the side deck, is quite of a good card, but can be bricky if you don't open Nuit or a way to access your normal monsters. And also Justia is of course a normal monster and it's tuner and it's a level 2, but since we don't have Needle Fiber, I don't see the point of playing that card. Also we already have other two tuner monsters like Galaxy Serpent and Flamvel Guard, I think its name is. And Prominesis is basically the best one, and Andre the Guardragon is just here to have a follow-up play during the following turn, but I will explain this later. So the main focus of this deck is to build up an unbreakable board during the first turn and OTK during the following turn. And indeed, if you go just second, you can still OTK your opponent if you manage to force over your opponent's interruption and interaction, of course. So this deck is quite vulnerable to end traps and any sort of interruption. That's why I play in my build Magical Bait Breaker Field, which is a very popular card, which has become a very popular card very recently in decks such as Gaukis, and not only here in the TCG, but they started play it also in the OCG in deck like Good Stuff Link, for example, which is basically Needle Fiber Turbo. That unfortunately we don't have, or fortunately, as some of you may say. And of course, alongside Meat Breaker Field, we play Designator from the Grave, Called by the Grave as they call it in TCG. The best opening play of this deck is to open Realistic Dragon of Nuit, which is the most powerful card in the deck. In fact, we play 6 copies of it, 3 action monsters and 3 spell which search it, and any combination of Destrudo or Prominesis and an extender. So to access Destrudo, we also play with 6 copies because we have Dragon Shrine, and so we have 9 copies of the card that can trigger straight away Nuit. And an extender can be almost everything, except of course of the Garnets. And the extenders are Warchalis Guardragon, Crusadia Draco, which is the most powerful one, I think, and one of the 2 Collapse Serpent or Wyvern Buster, which has the Chaos Dragon, and Unexpected Die or whatever Reborn card, Soul Charge, Monster Reborn, Succession, or Guardragon of the War Legacy. So all these cards are really powerful, and extenders indeed. It's basically the best combination you can have to build up your board. And of course, this deck has other opening play, because if you don't see Nuit, you can still play your deck and make it work with Guardragon the Warchalis or Prominesis, Draco, whatever extended, even if you do not play, even if you didn't see Erratic Dragon of Nuit. I play Eclipse Wyvern with Leviornia, Chaos Dragon, and the 2 little black and white dragon, because after testing the deck, I've seen that at the end of the combo, your resources in your hand are quite low, and after playing them, I noticed that instead you end up during your following turn with at least 3 or even 4 cards sometimes, just because you played black and white dragon. And also, of course, they are quite a good extenders, and they trigger Eclipse Wyvern, which will provide you Livionia or even Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon from your deck. Since, as maybe some of you don't know, because this is a very old card, this card banish if it's sent to the graveyard, also by cost, if this matter. You can banish one level 7 or higher dragon type monster from your deck, which is attribute, which attribute is light or dark. And if this card is banished, you can then add the monster to your hand. So since you can banish even Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon, you can then add it to your hand. But most of the time you will just special summon Red MD out of LP from your deck. And of course, if you draw it, you can summon by its condition, or even by LP's effect, because LP special summon also from your hand and not only from your deck, which is quite interesting and quite powerful if you ask me. And the worst target of this deck are Goliath, of course. It's a pendulum monster. You will never want to draw it actually, because you cannot even use its pendulum effect, since we don't use other Amorphage monsters. And Archbrave Dragon, you can still special summon it with LP or Red Ice Metal Dragon, but better stay in the deck, of course. And Iron Drake, the Guardragon, which is probably the worst to draw, since you can still special summon it by card effect, something like Seruja, for example, and it's level 4, so you can use it to exit summon into Starlit Photon Blast Dragon, and which is one of the main pieces of the opening board. Going back to the extenders topic, I put Garmides inside deck because there is not much space in the main deck, and I'm still testing with it. I still need to understand which extenders are better, and Garmides is quite powerful if you do not open Nuit, but still open a way to special summon normal monster. But with this build, with this main deck, we just play 4 normal monsters, 3 unexpected die and 1 Lexandrid. And so without playing 3 copies of a normal monster, Garmides can be quite bricky. Instead, Prometheus the Guardragon can always ditch himself from your hand and go to the graveyard. So, and when he's in the graveyard, if you don't know, you can go and watch my Guardragon analysis video. While it's in the graveyard, if a normal monster is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card back. Instead, Garmides can be just a brick in your hand and a normal summon. An interesting point of Vorchalis Guardragon, I think, is that since it's a Vorchalis monster, you can always normal summon with Imduk, and with its second effect, which provides you an additional normal summon, which first effect actually, which provides you an additional normal summon. Or even if you don't want to normal summon it, you can still activate the Imduk effect when it's sent to the graveyard to special summon from your head a Vorchalis monster, and you can special summon Vorchalis Guardragon, which is a level 1, so you can use it to special summon, to link summon into LP or PC. Another thing that you can notice here in the extra deck, I just play 1 LP and 2 PC, because basically LP is good the first time when you special summon Red MD from your deck, and you will not use it again actually. Instead, PC, if your opponent break your entire board, you can still special summon another PC and special summon back from your graveyard whatever dragon monster, or even from your banished zone, and you can special summon even LP, so there is no point in playing 2 LP if you can reborn it with PC, and so just play 2 PC, right? And the same reason is that I play 2 Erratic Seal of Celestial Sphere, which I will talk about in a moment. The 2 copies are here because the second one you will summon it during your following turn if your opponent breaks your board, and alongside PC you can then go back and activating their effects and special summon stuff. So I said that I would have talked about Erratic Seal of the Celestial Spheres because this is the most important card in your extra deck, and this is the only reason this deck works actually. Celestial Sphere is just free because it requires just 2 Dragon Monsters, and it's a card that is not been bring here from the OCG. It's a card that came out in the OCG last year in the Link Pack Reigns first, and right now just been announced, I mean not just been announced, but a couple of weeks ago, Romulus, the Dragonity Knight, has been announced, and it's another link to quote-unquote free link to Dragon Monster that points bottom left, bottom right, just like Celestial Spheres, but it's, I think, more powerful than Celestial Spheres because it adds you Dragon Ravine. So why this is important, because you can then, with Romulus, you can then play just 1 Dragon Ravine in your deck, and all the combos, I mean most of the combos, don't require the extender anymore, but just 2 cards. For example, Nuit and Destrudo without the third extender, without, for example, Unexpected Die, War Chalice Guardragon, or Draco, or whatever other cards that I mentioned before. You just need to open up 2 monsters and Romulus, which will, of course, add you Dragon Ravine, which will send from your deck to the graveyard the extender you were going to use. And so yeah, Romulus is quite powerful, and I hope that they will bring this here. And another interesting extender is Instant Fusion, which can summon Darkfire Dragon. It's a fusion, it's vanilla fusion monster, very old card, and it's a level 4. This is the most important part. It's a level 4, and it's an extender. Why it's important? Why its level is important? You can. There are also a couple of level 5 Dragon fusion monsters, but it's important. But its level is important because LP and PC require a level 4 or lower monster, Dragon monster, of course. So you cannot use level 5 or higher monsters to link summon into them. So yeah, these are all the others extended that you can use. Romulus, of course, it depends if they bring it here or not. As you can see, I tried to build this deck as legal as possible here in the TCG, but it's not playable, to be honest, without Erratic Seal of Celestial Spheres or Romulus. Because yeah, we need a Dragon Link monster that points bottom left and bottom right. Of course, if they will give us Needle Fiber, which is very unlikely, but still, if they will give us Needle Fiber, it's basically a second Romulus, because it will bring out a monster from your deck, a tuner. You can special summon Justia, Galaxy Serpent, or even Flamvel Guard, which are all free tuner monster, normal dragon tuner monsters, and so you will not need again the extender, the third card to the combos, because Needle Fiber will bring it out. And so Imduk, again, talking about the extra deck, Imduk is quite important because it unbrick your brick hands. It gives you the chance to combo off even if you don't open with Nuit. Summon Sorceress is quite good. It can bring out from your deck Eclipse Wyvern or even War Chalice Guardragon, which is important because even if you will not use them in the same turn, they will be important during the following turn. And of course, if you special summon Eclipse Wyvern, it will banish probably Levionia. And if you have the Chaos Leader Dragon in your hand, you just add Levionia to your hand. And as I said previously, they are quite of a good extender, probably the best ones. But in this build, it's quite hard to special summon Wyvern Buster because the dark monsters are not so much. And instead, Collapse Serpent is quite easy because there are more light monsters. So if you open up the dark one and you don't have an extender, unfortunately you cannot combo off without cards like Romulus and Needle Fiber, of course. But as I said, I'm trying not to use those cards and just use Erratic Seal because it doesn't do anything actually, except for just being a link to monster that opens up 2 zones and it's a dragon. So yeah, just just stay away from those cards because as I point out in my previous videos of combos and stuff, I don't want to use OCG cards because we don't know how we will get them, and I want to keep this channel as TCG as possible, even though combos with OCG cards are really funny, quote unquote, and really powerful, of course. About the extra, going back to the extra deck, I played 2 Scolded because you actually summon 2 of them in a combo. In the combo tutorial, I will not show you the summon of Scolded with the summon of both Scolded with 4 monsters, because you can actually use Scolded 2 times and draw 2 cards, and of course dig into 8 cards, but you will just get 1 card from each one. And because the combo will not be with 5 cards but just with 3, so there is no point in drawing 4 cards and reshuffling 3, and also because the deck will not be shuffled. But you can still use both Scolded's effect with this, which is really powerful in my opinion. And so during the duel, if you actually manage to special summon to Scolded without getting interrupted, it's very likely that you will draw white dragon or black dragon, so you can still send Eclipse Wyvern from your deck to the graveyard with number 95 Dark Matter Dragon, which is of course the monster that you will bring out. You will exceed summon on Galaxy Cypher Dragon, which you bring out with Agarpain, the Guardragon. The combo uses most of your deck. I don't hide it, and the best opening is with FA Dawn Dragster, Starlight Photon Blast Dragon, and Amorphous Goliath. So your opponent cannot special summon from your extra deck, and your opponent cannot target or destroy with card effect monster on your field with 2000 or more attack. But this monster is 1800, right? Well, not if you special summon it under Scolded, because it will gain 300 and it will be 2100. And Dome Dragster, which of course will negate your opponent's spell and trap card or effect, which can come in handy sometimes. And so you're one of the few cards that can break this board, for example, Evenly Matched, can be negated by Dome Dragster. So yeah, basically this is the extra and the main deck explained. I want to say a couple of things about the side deck. So I already talked about the extenders and Phantom Maker, the Dragon Phantasme. It's really powerful card. It's a monster that you can summon and you can like actually bring out on your field and leave it there in order to negate your opponent's card. But it's also an entrap, so it's a card to keep an eye on when the deck will come out. And also it's a level 7 and dark, so it's a target of Eclipse Wyvern. You can always add it from your hand from your deck to your hand. And of course here there are the 6 cards useful. I mean, there are just 5. This is a third White Dragon Wyvern Buster, but these are the cards that you need to add to your deck if you want to play the FTK version, because believe me, you can actually FTK with a pure version of Guardragon. But that's something that I will show you in my next video, in the combo tutorial video of the pure build of Guardragon. Because for today, guys, I think that's enough. This video is already too long, in my opinion. For you, it's not for me, of course. But I mean, I can keep rambling for other couple of minutes, more than a couple of minutes actually. But yeah, so I think that will be enough for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this build, or what do you think about the cards that I play, or the change that you would do. Of course, as I said before, this is not my final build. I want to change a little bit. I want to change something, and I think that it can still be improved. For example, I don't think that Unexpected Die is actually a good card right now. I can just play an Instant Fusion instead of it. Yeah, well, because with just one normal monster, you're more likely to draw New It and something to trigger it than Unexpected Die. Also, if you draw Unexpected Die out of Scolded when you already use Alexandrite Dragon or your normal monster, whichever you prefer, of course, it's a useless card. It's a dead card. Instead, Instant Fusion, if you didn't use it, you can still use it to summon out Dark Dragon, which is really good, as I said before, not only to special summon LP or PST, but also it's level 4, so you can exceed into the rank 4 Starlight Photon Blast Dragon. So I think it's a really good call, maybe playing Instant Fusion instead of Unexpected Eye. That's just something that I wanted to add. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What you guys think of this deck in general, of Guardragon, as I asked you in the analysis video. I'm really looking forward to play this deck. I hope that either Reotic Seal of Celestis Feast or Romulus will come out in the TCG in the near future, in order to play this deck properly, in order to play a pure build of this deck. It's really good. It feels really good to play again after so much time a pure dragon deck. I played Viratic and Dragon Rulers back then, and I really loved playing those decks. Dragon is pretty much my favorite type of this game, of course. So yeah, enough rambling, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe if you didn't yet. I'm Radio Card Game, signing out.